let's go ahead and get started and bring in our special guest. He is challenging Hakeem Jeffries for his seat. His name is Vance Bostic. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Vance, what is going on?
Hi, everything is great. I'm so excited to be here. Oh my God.
Well, we're glad to have you. So you reached out to me, and I was shocked because I didn't hear about this anywhere else. But you reached out to me and you told me that you were running against Hakeem Jeffries. And the first thing I said to myself is, okay, of course, I did my research. I looked you up. You're on ballotpedia,
Hmm.
and you have a website. I went through it. Your website is really good. Like I
Thank
looked
you.
at your platform, it's really solid.
Thank
And I
you.
was very, very shocked that corporate media has not even mentioned this just yet. So I'm going to ask you about that a little bit later. But first and foremost, could you tell everybody that's watching a little bit about your background, and why did you decide to challenge Hakeem?
Yeah, I've worked in food and hospitality my whole life. I've worked in the service industry, and if there's one thing that I know, it is service to the people. I got my master's degree back in June. I just graduated. I spent the past 5 years working on a master's degree, and I finally graduated with that. And as I was watching Hakeem over the year, from January, the first thing that really tipped me off to him was when he went to Silicon Valley as Elon Musk was taking a chainsaw to the government. Hakeem went to Silicon Valley to meet with all the tech bros to speak about whatever. I could only assume to make sure that his money was still in order. That was the first thing that I was like, oh, that's a little bit of a problem. Then I watched him a little bit more and I saw him bend the knee to Trump consistently. Then I was like, he doesn't represent Brooklyn. He doesn't represent me. I feel like we need real people who want to represent us. And because I have a background in the service industry, I felt that we need real public servants, not career politicians. I was just completely fed up with his weakness and his lack of leadership, even his lack of representation. When Zoran won the primary, I had felt hope. And I was like, what is this? Like, this is what people are missing. They're missing a sense of hope. They're missing a relatability to their representatives. They are missing just a connection. This is why they don't vote. This is why they don't participate. This is why they just don't get involved. And I felt that like we need real representation in the people, a real true reflection of the everyday person, somebody who has lived the struggle that is being legislated. That is definitely why I got into running against him. But yeah, no, I have a background in the service industry, and
Yeah, bro. I mean, you might have the juice. I don't even know, but I mean, it's definitely worth the squeeze if you know what I'm saying. If you good like that, because Hakeem weak as fuck. And I mean, to be honest, in my opinion, you don't seem like you fall that far from the weak tree. To be honest, my opinion. But if you beat him, good luck to you. But in my opinion, y'all need somebody like a DMX coming from New York. You know. But good luck, yo. But I do agree with everything you said about Hakeem. I mean, he got too much water in his sauce. It's time to change that jar, man. If you the one, good luck.
I think that that's really what we need is we need somebody who is not so by the book and like professional and polished, but true service people who represent us and reflect us. I had from working in the service industry, I had done some managerial stuff, but I didn't have like a degree or anything, so I really couldn't like get into the accounting stuff too much, but it was always something that I wanted to do. And when the pandemic came and my job closed and I was sitting around, I was like, well, I don't have anything to do. I'll go get a degree during this time. And through the whole pandemic, that's what I did. Instead of just being like going crazy in the house, I got my master's degree. I worked towards it that whole 5 years. Yeah.
Oh
And it was
wow,
an
yeah.
accomplishment because it was something that I really wanted for my whole life. And I've always put work before my education. So I never really got, I mean, I'm 38. I just got my master's. I never really put my academics first. I always put work first because, we got to work, we got to support ourselves. So I always put that on the back burner. I never really wanted to do them at the same time. I like dedicating my full attention to whatever I do. So I didn't want to do school and have to work and then struggle between the both. So when I had the opportunity, because I always think like if it's meant to be, it'll be. If something is meant to happen, it'll happen. If I'm meeting the universe halfway, it'll happen. And I kind of just went through the motions of dealing with applying for school within a month from me saying I'm gonna do school to like the semester starting, like, and then I was in class. Like, it was so quick, and I was like, this is meant to be. Then I got my associate's degree. It was great. Then I was like, oh, my bachelor's. It happened. I did all the stuff. Boom, I got my bachelor's. Then it was my master's, and I was like, well, should I? And then I kind of just went through the motion, and boom, then I got my master's degree. And then I was like, I really wanted to work towards, I work in the restaurants, and I wanted to get into the office of a restaurant, and I wanted to deal with more accounting stuff and try to, because I have the front of house knowledge, back of house knowledge, I really wanted to take that with my new like academic knowledge with accounting and try to help restaurants thrive and make them really strong. Like, that was my intention.
I worked my way up from being a fry cook. I sucked, so they moved me to dishwasher. I sucked, so they moved me to salads. I sucked, so they gave me a position as a line cook, which entails sweeping and mopping the floors. Shut 'em down, open up shop. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please think about subscribing to me. Till next time, stay provocative and protect each other, because there's a war going on outside. I can't cower.